It's a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery. It's a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery. We're back, we're back, we're back. And so's he. Da, 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 da. How can we escape? Side B. It was 7:10 p.m. by the time Mary Cluckton had rung all of the Black Pony's helpers who were missing from the meeting. They knew that all of the captured ponies were just below them and their dungeon under the castle, and so they didn't want them to overhear any important information, so Mary referred to the helpers just by their initials. She also referred to a few of the helpers' favourite things by their initials, because she didn't want any information to be passed on to the MLPs at all. M went shopping today, and, well, apparently she walked past one of those shops she doesn't like. Thornton's. She says there was nowhere else to go, so she's had to go straight home and now is bathing in a bath full of GMW. NC's children, the girl aged 14 and the boy aged 12, and she can't tell them that she wants to be here because that would mean letting her know that she's on our side. And apparently her daughter used to have some of those disgusting My Little Pony toys. In fact, she may still have some. Well, where's she taken them, Mary? Asked Eleanor Glastonbury. I mean, surely everywhere's shut now. It is 7:10 in the evening. Yes, and it's dark, said the Black Pony of Lightning. So they can't have taken her to anywhere open air. Where she lives, as you should know. Mary Cluckton glared at the pony and helper. It is only 11:15 in the morning. May I continue? The Black Pony of Lightning and Eleanor Glastonbury took a step back. SM had another lay-in this morning, apparently, and he forgot all about this meeting. How could he forget about such an important meeting? After all, he was supposed to be bringing the PBs, just in case we decided to do anything tonight. But apparently he's still watching his favourite episode of COTW, and DC has gone round to visit LC. Of all the days to choose, why did they have to visit each other today? Something to do with selling the Cs. And I think that Elsie's getting a cut of the money because she helped to get them. But she should be getting us some more CB. Or at least helping us to P what we've got. And then we could sell them and make some money.
Oh, I wish I knew what they were talking about,
Twinkle exclaimed, rushing to hide behind his owner in the dungeon below the floor.
Well, so do I. But I don't think we ought to speak too loudly, Twinkle. Because if we can hear them, they can probably hear us. And I don't particularly want them to know that we're worried. Anyway, we're not particularly scared of them, are we?
Said Lofty, turning to the other ponies. The ponies remained silent.
Well, are we?
Repeated Lofty. A few ponies shook their heads, but not many, because they were quite scared of the amount of black ponies and helpers above them. They didn't know what CB was, but they had a feeling it had something to do with them. And they had a feeling that they didn't like the sound of CB at all. We'll have to reorganise the meeting and have it tomorrow evening instead. I've informed NC, SM, LC, DC and MM that they must come tomorrow, otherwise we'll get on with the P and RH on our own. SAS.
Do you think that tomorrow you could give us all a lesson in how to properly D the S's? Helper number 43 nodded silently. Very good. Fantastic ideas, Mary, said the Black Pony of Darkness, as Mary Cluckton stepped down from the platform where she had been standing and the Black Pony stepped up into her place. The meeting shall take place at 7 p.m. tomorrow. We should aim at seeing 1p each every day, and after we've seed them all, we should RH and D the S on all of them. Because it's much easier to RH and D the S on them once they've been seed, you see. Everyone agreed that this was a fantastic plan, and everyone hoped that tomorrow the 5 helpers who had not come today would come to their very important meeting. Everyone hoped this, apart from the poor little ponies in the dungeon below the castle. They didn't hope it at all, because they didn't particularly want to be C'd RH and have S's D'd on them. They didn't even want to have a new EC, which were all the things that the Black Ponies and their helpers were speaking of doing to the poor MLPs. Unless Desiree, Lancer Dodge, Sparkle Splodge, and the ponies from Ponyville and Butterfly Island could help them by tomorrow at 7 p.m. At 6:35 p.m. the following day, the Black Ponies and their helpers began to gather in the small room in the Black Ponies' castle. The helpers who had been missing last night had already come, loaded down with bags full of equipment so dreadful that I can't mention it. One of the 5 helpers who had not turned up the previous night was not actually present in the room at the moment, though, since she had gone off to a nearby room to brush her teeth, because she was worried that some of the dangerous substance inside the bag might have been sprayed up into her face. Although this helper was very worried that this horrible substance had got on her face, none of the helpers minded one bit if it got on the My Little Ponies in the dungeon below. In fact, that was what their meeting was all about. To actually intentionally put the nasty stuff inside the bag all over the helpless My Little Ponies, who had no way of escaping, unless the ponies in Ponyville could help them first. Desiree had only just arrived, though, and so they were only just setting off to Butterfly Island. It was only a 10-minute journey to Butterfly Island, and so they were there by 6:45. So, where are they?
Asked Dodge.
Well, I told you they were very shy,
said Sky Wishes. But then Starcatcher came flying down. The Pegasus ponies that you are seeking are right over there on the beach. And so the ponies from Ponyville, plus Lancer, Dodge and Desiree, floated towards the beach at the other end of Butterfly Island in their hot air balloon. And there stood all of the Pegasus ponies who lived on Butterfly Island, or at least the ones who had been seen as plastic models on Earth. There were only 6 of them, and one of those was a baby pony. Hidden Treasures, Baby Honolulu, Island Delight, Coconut Grove, Cloud Climber, and the pony who didn't want to leave Butterfly Island, Thistle Whistle. When Thistle Whistle saw the hot air balloon, she flew off into the undergrowth and hid in a nearby bush. Not very well, though, because Dodge could see her from the air, and raced over to the bush as soon as the hot air balloon landed.
You must be Thistle Whistle,
the little guinea pig said, arriving over by the side of the bush. The pony moved inside the bush but didn't say a word.
Don't tell me you're not in there, because I know that you're in there. I saw you go in there, and we really need your help. Thistle Whistle, please.
But the little pony remained hidden.
I don't think there's any way we'll get her to come,
Island Delight said sadly.
She's been ever so nervous ever since Starcatcher told her about the problem. Well, we'll come and help you. And I'm sure the other Pegasus ponies here will as well, won't you?
She asked the other ponies who were standing around her.
Well, I'm not going to come, not unless Thistle Whistle goes, because Thistle Whistle may know something that I don't about Ponyville and Ponyland and this horrible black pony of darkness creature.
A whistling noise came from the bush.
So you are in there, just as I thought,
said Dodge. The whistling stopped.
Oh, come on, we're not here to hurt you. We just want some help,
said Splodge, who had come up the rainbow with Desiree and Sparkle. Sparkle also stepped forward now.
Please, Thistle Whistle, we really need your help. And tell me one good reason why I should come out of this bush.
The little pony whistled again.
Because other ponies are being captured by this horrible black pony of darkness creature, and he will soon come here for you if you don't help them. If we can save them, no, they may well give up on trying to capture the ponies. What do you mean they? You mean to say there's more of them? I thought one of these creatures was quite enough.
The bush rustled again. There are quite a few more black ponies, Desiree said, but we can defeat them together. If only you'll come and help us free these ponies. And so it was that a few minutes later, Thistle Whistle emerged from the bush and agreed to come with the little ponies, her new friends, hoping that she would be able to save some more ponies who would also become her friends. The black ponies and their helpers in Nightmare Castle were quite worried because it was now almost 7:30 and 2 of the helpers had still not turned up. It was very noisy in the room as all of the other black ponies and helpers spoke to each other.
So who are we going to see first, Mary? Are you going to try a spot of RH-ing tonight? Or is that going to be left until tomorrow? Well, that really depends. I'm not sure. Do you know that it's now almost 7:30? So why haven't we started the meeting, Mary? Well, haven't you noticed? Although those helpers who were missing last night are now here, several of the other helpers have disappeared. They haven't shown up. JD's not here, for instance. And although DC and Elsie are here, FC is not. Well, couldn't we start without them? After all, the PBs are here now, and the P, so we could start the meeting without them, surely. Well, it seems rather a shame, doesn't it? Yeah, I suppose you're right, Mary. Well, you see, we have been waiting a long time, and now we've got so many of the My Little Ponies, it does seem a pity. Yeah, but it seems such a shame that we've got so many of the elves together, and JD and FC are going to put us off. When are we actually going to get the peeing and RH-ing done? Well, It wasn't our intention to do the RHing tonight anyway. If you remember, we were going to P all of them, and then we were going to RH in a few weeks' time when we finally got through them all. How about D'ing the S's, Mary? Well, we can't do that until we've C'd and RH'd them all anyway. So there's nothing we can do tonight, really. Those two helpers have really messed us up. Well, we can't complain, Mary, because those two lazy helpers who weren't present last night are here at least. Yes, but it doesn't matter. Other helpers have messed us up. May I have your attention, please?
The room went silent. It is now 10 to 8. It is too late for the meeting once again, because two of our helpers, helper number 5, JD, and helper number 15, FC, are absent, and so we cannot continue with the meeting tonight. But the new plan, I'm afraid, my helper, Mary Clarkton, and I are to be busy tomorrow, said the Black Pony of Darkness. So the meeting cannot take place until Friday. And only then, if it's all right with all of you, and if we've checked that it's all right with the other helpers who haven't come. Just then, helper number 5, JD, came in the door. It looked as if he'd been running, as he was very breathless. Well, it's a bit late to show up now, Mary Clutton cried as she marched towards helper number 5. The other helpers and black ponies watched as helper number 1, Mary Clutton, and helper number 5, JD, had a huge argument. When Mary returned, she explained, "Well, I couldn't understand him very well, because he is so breathless, but I think he's saying he was too busy drinking a cup of tea and discussing how best to make My Little Ponies look better with his mad wife. Why couldn't he have discussed his ideas with us? That's what I'd like to know."
Well, when are we going to have the meeting then, Mary? Yes, I'd really like to know, said the Black Pony of Lightning.
Well, as we say, as far as my helper and I are concerned, it can take place at 7 p.m. on Friday, but I don't know if that's all right with all of you.
Well, actually, I'm going to a party on Friday with my friend, who's actually a pony collector. But I'm hoping to get some CB off of her, because she sometimes lets me buy some off of her, and, well, if I go on Friday night, I might be able to get some for us all to share.
Whose birthday is it? Helper number 22, SL.
It's the party of a girl who I can only call TG. It'll be her 9th birthday.
Helper number 23, MM, the one who didn't like Thornton's shops, told Mary Clutton that SL had spoken of TG before. So, yes, she'd heard of her. And, yes, she was one of the naive ones who didn't know what SL was doing to the LPs that she was handing over. She didn't know that they were becoming CB, which all of the black ponies and their helpers shared. She thought that SL was keeping them for her own prized collection. In some cases she was, but not quite in the form that TG had hoped for, because they'd already been C'd, RH'd, and had S's D'd on. Well, how about at the weekend then? Said the black pony. But helper number 43, SAS, said that she was busy looking for bog-offs round MSC with her friend, helper number 24, VS. If they could find a bog-off offer somewhere, then they would be able to see RH and
DS's on 2 P's for the P of O. So, eventually, the new date was set at Monday. Monday at 7 p.m. The ponies below did hear this, and they desperately hoped that Desiree Alder and the few remaining ponies who were still free could save them. Meanwhile, Desiree, Lancer, Dodge, Sparkle, Splodge, and the ponies from Ponyville and Butterfly Island were floating back over Ponyville towards Ponyland in their hot air balloons. They had just travelled over the rainbow which linked Ponyville and Ponyland when they decided to land for the night. They were right next to a rainbow, which meant that Desiree could go back down to Earth and meet up with them again tomorrow. She said that a few of the ponies could come down to safety, if that's what you could call a human house, which was surrounded by the black ponies' rats. But all of the MLPs agreed that they would rather stay together in the dangerous Ponyland than come down to the half-safe Earth and be separated. Even Thistle Whistle agreed with this. And so Desiree, Sparkle and Splodge went down the rainbow. As the ponies settled down to sleep, they just hoped that nothing would happen to them that night or the following morning and afternoon before Desiree came the next evening. They just hoped that they'd still be there when she returned, and that they would be able to save their friends from the Black Pony of Darkness, the other black ponies, and their helpers. The ponies decided to search the Black Mountains the following day and just make sure that the Black Pony hadn't taken his castle back to where it had originally been placed, on the top of the very highest Black Mountain. Thistle Whistle was quite nervous and was riding in one of the hot air balloons. The other 6 Pegasus ponies from Butterfly Island, meanwhile, were flying alongside the balloons, only occasionally having a little ride in one when they were resting. It was now 7:30, and they had travelled all the way round the Black Mountains, but had seen no sign of the castle.
So what are we going to do?
Said Dodge.
I'm never going to see my friends again, am I?
Yes, we will, said Desiree. They must be in Nightmare Land.
Nightmare Land?
Thistle Whistle whistled once more.
Oh no, I don't like the sound of that one bit. I'm gonna stay right here. Believe me, it's not safer here, not near the Black Mountains, because the Black Pony could return at any moment.
And so the little blue Pegasus reluctantly agreed to come along with them.
We're never gonna get out of this place, are we?
Twinkle cried, racing desperately around the dungeon, hoping to find a way out. But there was none.
And you know, we gotta get out of here by Monday. Otherwise the Black Pony's gonna, do something terrible to us, you know?
Don't worry, somebody'll get us out of here, his owner replied.
But how are they going to get us out of here, truly?
Lofty asked.
There is no way out of this dungeon, because I've looked everywhere, so I should know.
Yes, but there's probably a way out from the outside, Lofty.
I don't think so, truly. I don't think there's any way out of here.
Shady said sadly.
Because whenever the Black Pony's around, everything seems to go wrong. We're never gonna get out of here.
Oh great, depress us even more, why don't ya? Gusty complained, stomping off.
Well, as far as I see it, they get in here somewhere through that wall when they want to feed us.
Except they never give us any proper food.
Dusty interrupted, looking over her shoulder. Truly ignored this and continued,
But you see, if they get in through that wall, then obviously there's an entrance. The question is it locked from the outside, or have we just not found it? Well, does it, open outwards, or, inwards?
asked Twinkle.
Well, I've never actually seen it open, and so I don't really know. So if any of the ponies in this room have seen one of the helpers coming in to feed us, then I'd like to know which way the door opens.
The pony looked around, but none of the other MLPs could give her the answer.
But either way, if the door opens from the outside, which we know it does, then Desiree and the ponies from Ponyville, and Dodge and his owner,
interrupted Twinkle.
Yes, and Dodge and his owner, and Desiree's guinea pig, Sparkle and Splotch, and Desiree's guinea pig, Sparkle and Splotch, will be able to come and save us. The question is,
Truly muttered to herself,
will they be able to find the way in?
Twinkle, the only one who had heard his owner saying this, looked at her sadly, because they both knew that the answer was probably not. The Ponyville ponies, Lancer, Dodge, Desiree, Sparkle and Splodge, landed in Paradise Land. There was a rainbow which led down to Desiree's back garden, so she, Sparkle and Splodge could go home, while the rest of them stayed in Paradise Land for the night. They would continue their search tomorrow, travelling through as much of Ponyland as possible looking for the castle, on their way to Nightmare Land, where they knew it was most likely to be. Desiree returned each day, and they made their way a bit further towards Nightmare Land. But by Monday the 10th of October, they still had not found their way there, and it was now 8:30. They hadn't known about the meeting between the black ponies and their helpers. They didn't know anything about what was happening now. The Black Pony of Darkness was very angry. Once again the meeting hadn't taken place because, well, two of the helpers hadn't shown up again. And this time one of the black ponies hadn't turned up either. It's got too late to have the meeting again now, the black pony said. So once again, the helpers, and this time one of the black ponies, has messed up our plans, which means, well, I'm going to give you all a warning. I'm busy tomorrow, and so on Wednesday, that's the 12th of October, if you haven't all shown up, then we will just start without you. I can't warn the BPOM, NCC and SAS because they are not here. But I'm very cross with NCC because she didn't show up the other night. Mind you, SAS was busy at the weekend. I think perhaps we shouldn't have waited for her. But I'm not going to wait for her again. All of you can either turn up on Wednesday or not. 7 p.m. on Wednesday the 12th of October. That is the new date for our meeting, and that is the time at which it will stay. And the black pony stomped off, leaving the other black ponies and their helpers to work out how to change any plans that they might have for Wednesday the 12th of October, because they didn't want to miss out on the C'ing, RHing, and D'ing of the S's, did they? The ponies in the dungeon had given up hope of ever escaping. Although they had been given a few extra days, nobody had found a way out, and it seemed that nobody was coming to rescue them.
Oh, it's like so unbearably hot in here, you know?
Said Twinkle.
Can't one of us escape from here somehow? Because I think that's a splendid idea. Let's see you get out then,
Lickety-Split said to the guinea pig.
All right, let's see me get out of here. There's gotta be a way out of here, you know?
But although the guinea pig searched for half an hour, he found no way out.
Then it seems we can only wait for somebody to come and, like, save us. But that's the last thing that I want to do. I want to get out of here. Because I don't like the sound of being seen and R-H'd. So we've got to get out of here before Wednesday night.
Well, maybe somebody will come and save us by then, his owner said.
Yes, you never know, Twinkle. Somebody might come and save us. And then again, somebody might not,
Twinkle replied sadly. It was 6:40 on the 12th of October 2005, and the black ponies and their helpers were gathering in the room where the meeting was to take place. Everybody had arrived now, apart from one particular black pony and his helper. Desiree, Jackie, Sparkle and Splodge had joined Lancer, Dodge and the ponies from Ponyville and Butterfly Island in their last search before they reached Nightmare Land this evening. They had just arrived there now, and as they landed the hot air balloon, they heard nasty laughter inside.
Oh, I don't think we should go in there tonight,
said Dodge.
It sounds to me like all of the black ponies and their helpers are there. And I think I may even be able to hear those rats as well. No, I certainly don't think that we should try to go in there tonight. Perhaps tomorrow when it's less busy in there. If we go and land the hot air balloon somewhere over there, behind those hedges, then we can go in there tomorrow. Well, what do you think, Desiree?
Asked Pinkie Pie. I think that sounds like a good idea, she replied.
Yes, a splendid idea, in fact, I think,
Sparkle cried.
So let's do that then. We'll go back home, I'll eat some nice cucumber, and then tomorrow we'll go and save them. Right? That sounds like a good idea to me.
And so that's what they did. Desiree, Sparkle, Splodge and Jackie went back down the rainbow, while Lancer, Dodge and the ponies from Ponyville and Butterfly Island settled down to sleep one more night before they faced the dangers in the castle. But would it be too late to save their friends tomorrow? After all, the meeting would have already taken place by then, wouldn't it? The black ponies and their helpers thought that the meeting would have taken place, but at 7 p.m, the black pony of darkness and his helper Mary Cluckton still hadn't shown up. There was no sign of them.
Anyone seen them since Monday night?
Eleanor Glastonbury asked, but nobody replied. Helper number 43 was too busy discussing with helper number 24 their plan of how to get some more plastic MLPs for seeing and R-Hing, which they could then sell and share the profits. Helper number 24 had originally come up with the idea, and helper number 43 was helping her with it. Their plan was to get some humans to bring their plastic My Little Ponies to them by telling them it was all in aid of charity. But then, when the people who owned the plastic MLPs weren't looking, helper number 43 and helper number 24 would swoop in and steal the ponies. They would then C&RH them together and sell them on. Helpers numbers 20, 21 and 31 to 40 were discussing their jobs together and deciding who was earning the most money. Helpers numbers 27 and 28 soon joined in with this. Numbers 12, 13, 15, 25 and 26 were discussing how to sell illegal goods to other humans on Earth so that they could make even more money, whilst helpers numbers 29 and 30 were adding up how much their collection of plastic MLPs were worth. As you can see, most of the helpers thought of nothing but money, and they were so busy discussing all their money-making ideas that they didn't even hear Eleanor Glastonbury. They stood around until 7:30, talking to each other, but when they realised that the meeting was not going to start, they all slowly began to go back home. The Black Pony of Lightning and Eleanor Glastonbury were the last to leave, but they did leave eventually, and the ponies in the dungeon below heard everything go silent above them and wondered what had happened. But whatever had happened, they were very pleased about it, and so they didn't complain. They just hoped that somebody would save them before the meeting actually did take place. Desiree, Sparkle, Splodge and Jackie didn't return the following night, but somebody who did return were the Black Ponies and their helpers. But not the Black Pony of Darkness and Mary Cluckton, so the meeting still did not take place. But because Desiree, Jackie, Sparkle and Splodge hadn't shown up, and because of these unwelcome ponies and humans in the castle, Lancer, Dodge and the ponies from Ponyville and Butterfly Island didn't try to save all of the ponies who had been captured by the Black Pony. Instead, they waited till the following night, when the Black Ponies and their helpers did not return, strangely, but Desiree, Jackie, Sparkle and Splodge did. "I wanted to come up here last night, but I was just too busy," Desiree said. "I came here as quick as I could today."
"Why, it may not have been quick enough for all you knew,"
Dodge shouted at her.
"Well, never mind about that now,"
Pinkie Pie said.
"But shall we get on with saving these ponies now?"
Thistle Whistle whistled.
"You mean actually go in there and save them?"
"Yes, that's exactly what we mean," Desiree said. "There's no point staying outside the castle. We've got to go in there and save them."
"But how are we supposed to do that? I mean, if we go in there, we might get captured by the Black Pony." "But we've got to go in there. We can't save them from the outside, can we?"
Dodge said, looking at the little blue Pegasus.
"Well, you go on your own then. If you're so brave, you can just go and do it yourself, can't you?" "Oh, come on. Once we've saved them, I'm sure we'll have lots of fun with our new friends. Come on, Thistle Whistle, please help us,"
Coconut Grove pleaded.
No way, not ever am I ever going to go in there."
And the little ponies started to fly away.
"But come on. Surely you would like to make lots of new friends. And, well, if you're going there, you will meet lots of new ponies who will become your friends."
And the ponies, guinea pigs and humans began to sing a song.
Make a new friend every day. Learn a brand new game to play. See the world a whole new way when you make a new friend every day. Scared we may be, but we have to say, we'll save the ponies come what may.
We can't simply run away. We have to make some new friends here today.
I start singing, you start singing, it's the sweetest song.
All the dangers we must face to get them out of this place. Leaving them here would be wrong.
Well, I guess it would be nice to have some new friends.
And so Thistle Whistle agreed to come with them. They charged through the drawbridge, which strangely had been left open, and down some steps to a locked door. Desiree remembered that the key was always kept under a pink mat outside the door, a pink mat with the letters CLM on it. But when she looked underneath, she discovered that the key was not there. "The key is not here!" she cried, and all of the ponies gasped. They looked around, but the key was nowhere to be seen. But just then, Thistle Whistle noticed something pink on a shelf right up near the ceiling. She flew up to investigate and found that it was a pink glass, also with the letters CLM written on it. And there underneath it was the key. She managed to knock the glass over, yet hold it on the shelf with her nose, and push the key off of the shelf, and Desiree caught it below. Thistle Whistle managed to stand the glass back up, and Desiree unlocked the door using the key which Thistle Whistle had found. Thistle Whistle had just saved all of the ponies in the dungeon from being C'd and RH'd. They were very grateful to her, and as they all raced up the stairs, they all thanked her as they ran past her. Thistle Whistle smiled. She was glad that she'd made some new friends. "We saved the ponies here today.
The teacher's a new game to play.
Fun will never be far away.
Because we saved our new friends,
Now the fun will never end. Because we'll make a new friend
every day."
And so the ponies went home and began to organise a party for the following day. But where were Mary Clockton and the Black Pony of Darkness? Perhaps it was better that the ponies did not know, and that hopefully they would be able to enjoy their party tomorrow. If I don't interrupt it first. The party took place at 3 p.m. on Monday, the 17th of October 2005. All of the ponies in Ponyland and Ponyville, well, at least the ones who had already been seen by humans, the rest did not want to be seen in case Desiree was there, which she was, gathered around the hill where Paradise Estate stood. Soon they were all dancing and singing, and Splodge, Sparkle, Twinkle and Dodge were eating a giant cucumber cake and lots of celery tarts.
Do you think that we'll ever get rid of the Black Pony?
Twinkle asked.
Well, I have to confess, I don't think he's ever going to go away now. Oh, don't be like that.
His brother Splodge shouted at him.
I mean, the Black Pony won't keep on coming back because we always defeat him, don't we? Oh, this cucumber cake is delicious, Dodge. Do you ever think of anything except food?
Sparkle asked, putting another celery tart in his mouth, and everybody laughed, including Sparkle.
Well, I don't know if the Black Pony will ever go away,
Twinkle said.
but there was one good thing about being captured. I saw my brother and my sister, the ones that truly remembered. Steve and Kathy. Oh, and they are lovely guinea pigs, you know. You really must meet them sometime. I don't know where they are now. You didn't see Ash and Fiery and my other two brothers, did you?
Dodge asked.
No, I'm afraid I didn't, but you know, there were a lot of ponies and creatures there, and so I couldn't really see all of them. It was like so crowded.
Well, maybe we'll find your brothers another time, Dodge. And your other brother and sisters, Twinkle. But I think now we should forget all about our mysteries and enjoy the rest of the party. And so the ponies and other creatures danced and sang for the rest of the afternoon. Meanwhile, in a castle not so far away, a black pony with a lightning bolt symbol watched the party in his crystal ball. I'll let them enjoy themselves today, he said to himself, but I will be back until I've captured every single one of them. And then he walked off to organise the next meeting between himself, the other black ponies and their helpers, where they would come up with more plans to capture all of the ponies.
Time I was heading homeward bound. My little pony, twinkling stars are all around. Their toilets and